Hello everyone, my name is Araceli Salazar, and this is my midterm course reflection. Thinking about the questions that are posted for the week and thinking back as we started this course, in week 1, we talked about the definition of good leaders, or what makes a good leader. There were many of us that talked about communication being a top priority or something that a good leader has to have, and communicating not just at explaining goals or objectives, but also as to being a good listener. So it is just as important to communicate by speaking as it is to listen to others' ideas. We also talked about leading by example and setting specific or clear guidelines that your group can follow. For week 2, each one of us interviewed a teacher leader, and we all picked someone that we admired as a leader, or someone that had an impact on us in some kind of way, whether it was that they helped us in their first year of teaching, or maybe that they're in a position that we're interested in for the future. And what we found out is that teachers have many leader roles in our classrooms and in our schools. So obviously, every teacher is a leader in their classroom. They have to lead the way for the students. And then we always have to keep parents informed of what's going on in the classroom. So we're a leader also with parents. Then we have things like committees that we're part of, or before and after school clubs, and we might also be team leads maybe for our grade level or for our subject. And I think many of us agree that the best teachers for us are our students, that we learn from them a lot. When we asked our interviewees what influenced them to take their leadership roles, most of them, if not all, agreed that we take on leadership roles to advocate for our students, whether it's our students in the classroom, so we make sure that they get everything they need, or whether it's a specific group of students that we are advocating for. As I think about the readings that we've had for this course, one reading that resonated with me is the Pine reading. In the Pine reading, something that I read that caught my attention says that through action research, we intellectually and effectively nurture ourselves, our classrooms, and our students. And our classroom and schools become sites where new meanings and understandings are creating and shared. I thought about this because our educational improvement projects that we're working on are something that we're going to share with our schools, maybe with our districts. And with these projects, we are going to bring new meaning or new information to our schools and to our districts. In the Pine article, there were also some teachers that were quoted, and there's a quote there by Jennifer Moore that caught my attention. It says that a researcher teacher is a listener, someone who actively is engaged in new discoveries about her students, her teaching, and herself. So again, we have communication being a big part of being a teacher leader and also a teacher researcher. So when we talk to other teachers, about information for our schools, maybe for our educational improvement projects. A big part of what we also need to do here is listen to what they have to say. At the end of all these quotes from different teachers on the Pine article, it says that these teachers affirm that teacher action research is a valid and energizing process for constructing knowledge about teaching and learning, and for empowering teachers to take leadership in bringing about educational change. And again, I think with our educational improvement projects, that's all we're looking for. We want change in our schools. We want change in our district. We want to make things better for the students, of course, and for teachers. In the Mertler article, I read that action research allows teachers to be more flexible in their thinking, more receptive to new ideas, and more organized in their approach to problem solving. So as we are putting our projects together, we have to make sure that they're organized correctly so that the people that we're presenting them to can understand them, and also that we are ready to listen to their ideas so that together we could come up with a consensus of how to solve the problem or how to make it better. The question now is, what are you still wondering? As far as doing research for my group's educational improvement project, which is on mentoring new teachers, I found out that there are actually states that have first-year teacher programs in place, and the states actually work with the local schools and look for mentors that are willing to work with new teachers, and they provide professional development for the mentor and the mentee. So my question is, being that there are many new teachers that leave education in the first 5 years, the question is, why do states why don't states offer a first year mentoring program for new teachers? Thanks. I look forward to your reflections.